We've been talking a lot about the NRL salary cap breaches and the Parramatta Eels trying to offload players to try and get under the cap. Now other moves, some very quick player movement seem to have started at other clubs, Dobbo. I'm sure it's unrelated. There was a great article in the Sydney Morning Herald about bagmen, about people whose job is actually to hand over money to players.
This person gave just under $100,000 to a one-time State of Origin star at Queensland in order to swap to another club.
That was the journalist telling us about first-hand chat that she'd had with a bagman that wished to remain anonymous. And when I started telling you this off-air, Dobbo, which you sort of, you started nodding. And what do you know about this world? You're our NRL insider. What do you know about this shady underworld of cash being handed over? Is it just a recent invention from the Parramatta Eels, allegedly, and apparently one off in 2010?
Look, to be honest with you, there would be 95% of NRL clubs doing cash payments under the table. So how it works is they're not associated with the club. So, for example, how a club would come about it is that they would have a business that they employ. So let's just say that a club in Sydney has a cleaning company come and clean their leagues club or their offices.
Okay.
Well, the invoice that they invoice the football club would be over the top. So the normal cleaning job would cost $1,000. So it might be $20,000.
Right.
So the club will pay that. Then that bloke will get the cash. Then they give it to another bloke, and then it ends up being distributed.
But who then actually has to do that job? Like, because who then ends up with the money in their hand to go and give to that player?
I can tell you, I know of cases where player managers have been given the cash. I know of cases where player managers and their stars have fallen out because the star believes that the player manager actually kept more than the cash, but can't say anything because it's all under the table.
And at what level does it start? Like, is it only for the stars of the game, or does it filter its way down to, like, if you're playing first grade?
There are under 20 players that have been given cash payments in the NRL now who are playing under 20s to keep them there, a sweetener, that are of the elite. But normally we're talking about a player that is wanting to stay. We heard that little clip there about a player to go to another club. That stuff goes on all the time. I mean, we know back in the Melbourne Storm salary cap, Greg Inglis had a boat in his garage.
Wow,
we remember that.
No, that was Greg's boat, and he loves the water.
Doesn't he?
Yeah?
Yeah.
He lived in the inner city.
Back in 2000, there's prominent players back in 2000 that were getting around about that $100,000 and were made sure, like this is going back, so we're talking 16 years ago, getting $100,000 delivered in the main street in Sydney in a bag to go to the manager, then to give to the player. Oh. And so if it's going on, it's been happening forever in a day. So I've got to be honest with you, this is not something new, and Parramatta haven't done something. Most
outlandish
clubs have done it, and if you really drill down, it's the ones that are smart enough not to get caught are the ones that survive, and the ones that get caught, they obviously haven't got good accountants running their club.
Well, it's also, if you get the clubs that get caught, I mean, I've been saying this for years, don't deliver the money in one of those big sacks with the dollar sign on it.
that helps. That normally helps.
It just looks suspicious. Put it in a Hungry Jack's bag. Put some fries in there on the top.